Hello and welcome to another episode of Trips,
It's Pips.
where we are Pips
And this is a Trips.
and we are in Gridlock in Kampala
Here's the issue.
at night.
If I let these guys in, then I'm going to try to let both of them in, I'm sure. If I let both of them in.
Just let him in.
Alright. One more.
Some Christian love.
I'm going to give you a shot here, lady, but you better
You
make
better
use of
believe
it.
it.
You better not trash it. This is going to trash it.
Respect it. Respect that spot we gave you.
We are in Kampala at night, driving, which is not a good idea, or something
Yeah.
you ever want to do.
Yeah.
Also, it's raining, and our air conditioning was not keeping up with our windshield.
Yeah, but enough of stuff that'll scare our mothers since they're the only ones that watch this.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Gosh, what's there to talk about?
We were doing a lot of meaningful conversation today. It was harder to do in front of the camera.
Oh, hey, look, the back window's open.
What's something meaningful that we said today, Luke?
Everything I say is meaningful, Matthew.
It's true.
Do you remember when I was just talking about that guy named Stan?
With the plan,
Yeah.
who hailed from Japan,
He ate out of a can and lived in his van.
he worked for the Taliban.
That's the one.
What a man. Yeah, I remember that. I was thinking more something spiritual.
So good.
So we did a Bible study at my house last night with a lot of my neighbors. I think it's been going on for about 4 or 5 months now. It's really cool because instead of centering around the teaching section of the Bible study, it's more centered around the personal reading of the individual people involved. So some of the people from my neighborhood, or I guess you could say village, that have never read the Bible before have just finished reading most of the way through the book of John. By this Sunday they should finish John and get into Acts. So we were talking about the vine and the branches.
Which means they'll have read through Matthew, Mark, and Luke.
Right.
Right before that, so.
So it was their first time for a lot of them to read any of the Gospels. And just cool to try and, instead of just trying to teach them and let them hear from me, my goal is to more or less hold their hand and take them to Jesus and say, grab hold of his hand. I want you to know him for yourself. We had a testimony, one of the girls in the Bible study, I guess I should say the only girl in the Bible study. She said that she's Catholic and that she had always just, whatever the priest said, that's kind of the truth, and she never felt like looking into it herself. But it's really fulfilling for her now to have a personal relationship with God where she knows what he said. Her prayer level is just different now, and the way that she relates to God is changing because it's not just the God of the priest, it's like her own God now. So that was really cool.
That's surprising. I didn't hear that. You didn't tell me that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the other week we did testimonies instead of having a lesson. Just testimonies of what you're learning now that you've read through most of the Gospels. What has God really stirred? The biggest thing that he stirred in your heart. One of the facets of the Bible study is that every week, everyone there just shares from one of the chapters that they were learning. Not share a teaching, but just what did God teach you personally. Someone could say like, I learned that prayer is really important because even Jesus prayed in John 17. And then they'll ask a question like, so, and I also have a question, if Jesus prayed, how can that be since he's also God? And then you just help them understand the Bible at the same time as them reading it themselves. So it's really cool. And then we do communion every time, and we have worship and a Bible study, and we also eat together afterwards. It's really cool. There's about 15 people from my village going to it.
That's where it's at.
So it was exciting to do that last night. The reason I'm talking about it is because it was Luke's first time to go. What do you think, Luke?
I liked it. It was good. I was really encouraged by it. It's cool to see. to see people getting into the Word, talking about it, not just being there to listen to somebody, but being there to share and fellowship.